want justice for your family member.
We're getting somewhere. Well, guess what? My argument is simple, Tiffany. All I want is justice for my people. I want the people that caused this harm and this trauma and this pain and this hurt towards my people to know what it feels like. Right. I want them to know what it feels like to have their sons and daughters taken from them. I want them to know what it feels like to have their fathers to be sent into prison for a crime that they didn't even commit. I want them to know what it feels like to see their mother on drugs, man. And that is justice according to God.
You gotta come back to your God. In America, the white man can sell all the drugs he wants to. As soon as he feels like it, he'll legalize crack. So this is what you do. You go to Planned Parenthood and you tell them to kill all the white babies and to leave my damn babies alone. How about that?
That your pastor would never tell you. Your pastor would never tell you that you're a murderer. That you're a filthy, disgusting scum of the earth. That you want to kill an innocent child instead of dead.
Don't touch him. You back up. Take a step. Take a step. One step. There you go. Let him come. Because if he crossed that line, it's on him. I just want it on camera, man. I just want it on camera. And I want everybody else to see what the brother looks like, man. He is red and heavy all over. Hey, hey, hey. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Hey, recover. Recover.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
The Air Force patent made public was that its pilots had been reporting UFO contacts since World War II. The Air Force was so concerned that in
So are you not positing the idea that those vehicles contain, beings?
There's one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yes.
How tall?
Top officials at the White House and Capitol Hill are starting to look into cases of nearly a dozen scientists in the U.S. who have either been found dead or gone missing in the past few years. Many of them have something very specific in common that's raising suspicion. 11 scientists missing, killed, or found dead over a span of less than 4 years, now getting attention from the President of the United States.
I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half.
And the top investigative committee in the House of Representatives.
There's a high possibility that something sinister is taking place here.
What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now aren't.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Yeah. Shalom, everybody. I am Priest and also Thawashab of the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Tonight's class, man, we got a hell of a topic that we're going to dive into, man. I know everybody been paying attention what's been going on around the world, especially recently in the news, right? The UFO files have been declassified. Trump has released a portion of the UFO files and documents and videos that they held in the US Pentagon. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to get into the understanding, the truth behind all of this information and see how it correlates with the Bible, right? Does extraterrestrial life exist? Do life exist outside of this earth? So this is what we're going to dive into today. Anybody wants to join live, feel free to do so. The link is posted in the chat. Just click the link. Any young man troopers, if you on here, anybody that's on here, you might as well just join in. All right. This is the work of the Lord. It's not the work of man. You're not doing this for the sight of man, but you're doing this for the Most High. All right. So just click on the link, man, and do what's right to help out, bring out this truth. And yeah, so we're gonna dive into it. Shout out to everybody that's online, tuning in. Shalom, shalom, sis. Shalom, sis. Shalom. Shalom, Hebrew. What's going on, y'all? Most High in Christ, ISUPK is the only place to get the whole truth. Damn right. Shalom, shalom, sis. Most High in Christ. All right. Yeah, bear with me. All right. So, yeah, we're going to dive into this. All right. So, what I wanted to start out with is just a few videos, a few thought provoking videos that can get you to question some things, right? Now, of course, these are all claims, right? Claims that's been made. Hey, Shalom, Warrior, how about you?
Shalom, y'all Bashim, y'all Shabrakatah.
Most High in Christ, the water for hopping on. All right. So these are claims that's made by people that could be deemed as credible, right? Because they're put in spaces that most people are not placed in. So that means they have access to things and they're able to see things and experience things that most people don't experience, right? Because of the type of field that they work in, right? So we're going to go through a couple videos. I'm not saying that these videos are 100% absolute, right? But it's something that can definitely get the mind going, that get the conversation going about life that exists outside of this planet, right? So go ahead and get your tinfoil hats away, put it away. All right, this ain't no conspiracy theory that we about to just go over, right? We're just gonna see on what type of a life is there that the Bible speaks of, if there is any type of life out there, right? Hey, Shalom, also Kamar, how about your Shabbat?
Hey, Shalom, say y'all about Shabbat.
All right, Most High in Christ, the water for hopping on.
Come, sir. I hadn't forgot they hit you up once I hit the road, Salaki.
Oh no, it's all good. Most High in Christ, you made it safe. You enjoyed yourself, man. You hung out, have fun.
Yeah.
right. That's what's up.
Okay, sir. That was one hell of a time. One hell of a camp,
right.
Salaki.
God, you know what I'm saying? One for the books, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going out here bring out some information through this live. Yeah, get your pens and paper ready, get your popcorn ready, all right? So let me go ahead and share this video. All right, the first one I want to start out with is the files. All right. All right, so this is some of the video footage that they release, right? That Trump released. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this real quick.
The Pentagon on Friday began releasing hundreds of files on UFOs after President Trump ordered the documents to be made public. The files posted on the Pentagon's newest UFO site include eyewitness testimony, photos, and reports of unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAP sightings, detailing incidents dating back decades from around the world. Hello, I'm Eleanor Watson, CBS News' Pentagon reporter. The first batch of files included 28 videos. After reviewing all of them, these are the ones that stood out to me.
All right, so we're gonna kind of skim through it for time's sake, right? Skim through some of them. Just point out whatever you see on the video, right? I'm gonna try to speak while it's playing. So for those that's viewing, that's not 100% sure what to look out for, right? You see that little speck right there, that glowing speck that they're trying to track.
So I see it.
You see it, right? So that would be technically considered an unidentified flying object, or what they call UAPs, right? So these are objects that they're not able to identify because they're not, first made with the technology from the U.S. government or any other government that's existing on this planet. Um, the physics, the way that they're able to move, materialize, dematerialize, all these things we're gonna go over, right? You see how it's flying in the air, speed that it's flying in, right? This is another one right here. All right. And I don't know if y'all remember, not too long ago, there was like a debriefing at the Senate. I think it was from a U.S. Navy pilot that was speaking about the sightings of UFOs and UAPs. And he was, describing what he's seen and all that stuff. So most of these videos are from pilots, from fighter jets or so. That's part of the U.S. military, right? So this is something that they had stored in their database for years, right? Contact from outside beings is not anything new, right? Most people will say, well, alien life have never made contact with human life, right? I'm here to tell you that contact has been made thousands of years ago, right? And we're going to bring out that evidence. And this is something that they're showing to the public today. Let me fast forward to another one. Right, this is something else right here, something that's flying across the ocean. Hey, Shalom, Kawatham, Yahba Shanshakata.
Shalom, Yabba Shemi, Yabba Shabba Rakata, Al Sadaba
Most High Christ, the water pipe and all. Yeah, y'all seen that, right? Y'all seen that thing that moved across the screen? This is another one right here. Another speck, right?
Okay.
Yeah. See, what I want to get is to show y'all how these objects move, right? So they're viewing these objects. This one right here stood out to me the most. Right? They zoomed in on it. Look how it's moving. How it's able to pivot in any direction. I see that?
Oh, God damn.
Yeah. You know what I mean? This one is pretty interesting. Right? The interesting part about it is most people are already tying this with the Bible. Right? So people are getting familiar with the fact that the Bible does describe these UFOs. Right? It does describe quote unquote extraterrestrial beings. Right? If I'm not mistaken, a congresswoman made a tweet posting a depiction of Ezekiel's vision of the wheel within the wheel. And she posted that to describe this video here, right? Because people are connecting the two. Right. So that's pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting. You know what I mean? This is something that they released. Right. So that also provides more confirmation for anybody that ever been out there that believed it with their whole heart, and thought that that they could have been life that exists outside of this planet. I mean, this kind of provides a little bit of confirmation. Now, the thing is, this is just a portion. The Pentagon and Trump did say that they were going to be releasing more declassified documents and videos as time progressed throughout the year, right? So this is the first set. You could imagine the other stuff that they had. You get what I'm saying? All right. So let me play another video. Another video. All right. Let me switch it up. Look at this one. This one is pretty interesting to me too. Now tell me if y'all catch this, right? All right. So this was recorded on a satellite out in space that was sent out by NASA. So this is all NASA's footage, right? And they got it pointing towards the sun. You see this? You see this here? Y'all see this right here?
Okay.
It looks like an object or something is pulling energy out of the sun. Y'all see that?
Okay.
Now, for whatever reason, who knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this is something that they was able to capture. Now, the NASA team did explain that this is like some phenomenon that has to do with pressure around the sun, and it released some type of gas and all that. But I don't know. A lot of times they'll say things to cover up things that we don't, that they don't want us to know. For years they were denying that the fact that UFO existed. Now in 2026, they want to release these declassified information, right? So of course they'll say many things to deter you from wanting to know what's out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't think these astronauts and these astrophysics and these the people who research in aerospace, you don't think they see things on the daily? You get what I'm saying? Like all the information that they see and witness and things that they probably seen with their own eyes. It's probably a lot. Right? So this is something that they had information on for years and they're finally releasing it. Right. So I thought this video was interesting from NASA, right? So keep on looking. See this object right here? My cursor is at? It like goes away. You see that? Did y'all see that or am I tripping? Did y'all see that or am I tripping?
Kaba Khan, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, can somebody explain?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I'm just curious to know how sun could get that close to the sun, though.
Right. Right. It has to be
without disintegrating.
facts. Facts. All right. Slow mo. You know what I mean? So that was interesting right there, right?
But it would Salakia, sir. I'm sorry.
No, you got it.
But
You got it.
it would have to be something extraterrestrial to even get that close to the sun, because
Exactly.
ain't no human mankind gonna get that close. Hell, it's burning us up down here on Earth.
For real. It's hot. It's hot already. You know what I mean? You got this object that got that close to the sun.
Yeah, look like it had some little portal line that was
right
getting energy or heat or something, and then it just fell off.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. And it just went away. That's interesting to see. You know what I mean? That lets you know that our universe, our solar system is a lot bigger than what we anticipated it to be. Right. I want to play this video from Ronald Reagan next. This is something that he said. that I thought was pretty interesting, right? All right, this is from a speech that he made back in 1987. All right.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Yeah, hear that? No?
Oh, good, sir.
Did y'all hear that? Let me run
Yes, sir.
it back one more time. You know what I mean? It's
He let the rabbit out the bag with that one.
right. It's ironic that he would say something like this. Now, remember recently, I think it was back in 2020 when they started a new military division called Space Force. Y'all remember the Space Force program?
I think I heard of something like that.
Right, right. So, and I think it was around 2020 or so where while Trump was in office, they started a new branch, a military branch called Space Force. And I'll pull it up after I play this again. And basically, it's defense in space. You know, military defense in space. Right? Why is that something needed? Why is a president
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was say, why they need military that in space? What the hell
in
they trying to
space?
fight?
Right? You know what I'm saying? Why would a president mention these words like in this type of statement? Like, you know, it's a lot of things that you know people are not aware of that our people are starting to become aware of in 2026 with the declassification of these files, right? The UFO files, right? But there's something going on, and it may be something that they don't want you to be aware of, right? I'm gonna play this back one more time.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity.
Mhm.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? That is crazy, right?
Salakia, that wasn't no slip up. He wanted to say that.
You're
Like he
right.
wanted us to know.
God, you know what I'm saying? So let me share this with y'all. And anything y'all want to add or any questions, feel free to do so.
It's a like it, sir.
Go ahead.
Cause I don't know if you're gonna get into it, cause I kind of don't want to jump the gun on it, but he sound the way it sounds like he's talking about the return of Christ
Oh,
essentially.
hey, see, somebody smart. You know what I'm saying? Get that brother ahead. You know what I mean? Now that is the truth about all of this, right? The truth of all of this is that these extraterrestrial beings that they classified as extraterrestrial beings or aliens, right? The Bible will identify them as angels, right? And there's plenty of movies out there and Hollywood depictions of alien invasions, right? Independence Day is one of the most famous ones, right? Where somebody like a being from outside of this planet comes in and just destroys America and this and half of the population of the earth, right? Where do you think they get that from, right? And why are they twisting it to make it seem
Salakia, sir.
it's an alien invasion, right? Go ahead.
They get it from the Bible
Right.
with
You know,
Christ returning.
right. Exactly right, brother. Exactly right. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly where they get it from, right? I want to share this with y'all. Just to show y'all what I was talking about. The Space Force, right? The United States Space Force is the newest branch of the U.S. Armed Forces, established on December 20th, 2019, dedicated to protect the U.S. and allied interests in space. In space. You see that? That's it right
Mm.
there.
I wonder how they train.
Mm. That's a great question, right? Because if you're gonna battle something in space, you gotta be
Train
trained
for
to
that.
fight,
Yeah.
right? To fight in space. Of course they have the technology and lasers and all type of weaponries. Those satellites that some of those satellites that exist out there are really weapons. You get what I'm saying? And they got
Mm.
cameras where they can monitor and stations and all that stuff. So they're trying to put themselves in a position to fight against Christ. That's basically what's going on, like our brothers mentioned, right? To fight against Christ. I want to play this next video. All right. Now, this is from an ex NASA scientist, right? Right. His name is Dr. Norman Bergrun, right? He's an actual NASA scientist, and he's going to describe the chariots or the UFOs and the beings that drive these UFOs, right? He's going to describe to you what he saw. Oh, hold on. Is my screen sharing? No, it's not sharing. Yeah, this. All right, y'all see that?
Go, we can see it.
If there are craft, there are beings.
Okay, people have asked me about, I call them vehicles, okay?
Right.
Now, I did not call them objects. That was too neuter for me.
Okay.
I had a Stanford professor said you ought to call them objects. No, they have all of the qualities of a vehicle. They can move. They're just like a missile or anything like that. So that much we can say about them, for sure.
Okay.
So I'm calling.
Y'all hear what this man is saying? Is it loud enough?
Kawa Khan, sir.
All right. This is a man now. Like I mentioned, these are claims that he's making. I'm not saying these are 100% accurate. You know what I mean? Like this is claims, right? But the
Khan.
thing is, he is more credible than most people are because he is exposed to things that most people are not exposed to, right? In his position as a NASA scientist, he's able to explore space, explore areas of this earth, and see things and witness things that most people are not able to witness. Now, of course, he's a devil. He can say anything that he wants, right? But there is really no point for him to lie in the first place. You dig what I'm saying? Like he's old already. He
Khan.
already worked for NASA. What benefit you think he'll get out of just simply lying about this? He's just telling you his experience.
And
Now, go.
Salagas, sir,
Nah,
if you
you
don't
got it. Right.
mind.
No problem.
When they get that age, they mind go to playing tricks on like it's like, let me get this off my chest, let me get this off my conscience, or what's
Right.
going on. You don't had it bottled up all them years, and for some strange reason now you want to spill the beans. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he been with them for all those years. Now he's at his old age getting ready to go. So he's like, you know what? I might as well say what I gotta say.
Mhm.
All right. And this is what he had to say about what he's seen as a scientist that studies space. Right. Let me play that back.
Okay, but if there are craft, there are beings.
Okay, people have asked me I call them vehicles, okay?
Right.
No, I did not call them objects. That was too neuter for me.
Okay.
I had a Stanford professor said you ought to call them objects. No, they have all of the qualities of a vehicle. They can move. You know, they're just like a missile or anything like that. So that much we can say about them, for sure.
Okay.
So I'm calling it a vehicle.
Okay.
Okay, somebody comes along and says, well, now where would you manufacture one that's 2.5 Earth lengths long? And that's a hard question to answer.
So are you not positing the idea that those vehicles contain, beings who are, maybe like us?
Yeah, I only go along with government images. And if you want to know about people kind of thing, there is the ship that picked up the Voyager capsule at Alameda Naval Shipyard, and they have a picture there.
Yeah, hear what he say.
Call Khan.
I think it's the Apollo flight that Buzz and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
Y'all hear that?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Did y'all hear that?
Salaya.
Okay.
He said so something about black people getting
Off of these spaceships.
Khan out of one.
That's what he see.
So I take it the cars that are, what do you say, the length of the world or something like that?
Yeah, 2 Earth lengths
long. So I guess them the chariots, right?
Right. You know what I mean? Like the mothership he see. You dig what I'm saying? Like he sees something that's real large, right? And what came out of these spaceships were black people.
That boy probably having nightmares about
it. Now take this with a grain of salt. Do what you will with this information. Like I said, it's not 100% absolute, right? But it is kind of interesting coming from a man who worked in that field.
Khan.
All right, let me run that back a little bit.
The Apollo flight that Buzz and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Hold on.
So people with dark skin.
She was shocked. She couldn't believe it. She's like, hold on, what? She was like, hold on. She had to process it. Like, dark skin? Did you mean?
With dark
No, my boy say no, black.
Black. Right. He had to make sure, like, black. Like,
you heard what I said,
right.
Black.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that he's seen as a first-hand witness. You know what I mean? This is not third-party information that he got, but as a first-hand witness is what he's seen. All right. Hey, Shalom, yeah, about what's going on, Sister Bar?
Shalom, Yahweh, just listening in from the road.
Okay. Most on Christ, the water for tuning in, boy.
Most of that.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and run that back again so y'all can hear it.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
Safe. 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Have you heard about Clark McClellan's?
See, so they were tall black beings, right? That he's seen.
Probably
Now,
7 feet.
yeah, 7 feet tall, right? Now, is all of this in correlation with the Bible? Does it correlate with the Bible? Right? If God is the creator of all things, including the universe, right? Things that's outside of this planet, right? Would it not be described in the Bible as well too? That those things do exist? Right? And how does it
Con.
correlate? Right. And how does it correlate with people who witness those things? Right. This man said he's seen black beings come out of these ships.
Nah, brown.
He said black. Black skinned beings, right? 7 feet tall. You know what I mean? All right. I'm gonna play another video. Share. Hey, Shalom, also in the one Yalla. Yahabashan Shabakata.
Hey, Shalom, y'all about to rock it thug, sir.
Hey, the water
Can you
five,
hear
don't
me?
worry. Khan, I hear you just fine.
Come.
All right, most side Christ. All right. Did you want me to run this back? Did anybody want me to run this back? Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna go on to the next video, right?
Come, sir.
Okay.
So the next video you gonna grab is I just thought this story was interesting, right? It's not really it doesn't really say too much, right? It doesn't really confirm a lot, but it's just interesting. You know what I mean? So I want to share it with y'all. Right? Let's get the right here. All right. All right.
There are these 10 missing scientists with access to classified stuff, nuclear material, aerospace. They've all gone missing or turned up dead in the last couple months. Based on what you've been briefed, what do you think is happening here? And do you think that this is connected or totally random?
Well, I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half. I just left the meeting on that subject, so pretty serious stuff. But we're going to be hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, if you whatever you want to call it. But some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it over the next.
So take a look. The White House now probing the disappearances of the people behind me, the deaths of 10 scientists at least. Let's break down some of the cases. For example, let's look at Michael David Hicks. He dies at the age of 59 years old. And David Michael Hicks, a longtime JPL scientist involved in asteroid and comet research, no public cause of death given. And then you have a situation like Monica Reza. Monica Reza vanished while hiking under weird circumstances. And then you have William Neil McCaslin. This guy disappeared in February, deep ties to the Air Force research programs. So everyone has a bit of a mystery to their passing. And people are wondering, with the very similar backgrounds, extremely bright people, extremely successful people, extremely valuable people, is this all related? As you heard.
Right. So because of their background and their research, right, and study in aerospace, people are starting to wonder, why are these scientists either unalive or missing? Right? It's pretty interesting. We just heard the other scientists, right? Dr. Norman speak about what he witnessed. That makes you question, what are they really trying to suppress here? You get what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure these people who worked in the same field of aerospace, right? I'm pretty sure they witnessed some things. They seen some things. So why all of a sudden they're going missing or being unalive? Pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting, right? There's some truths out there that they don't want to completely disclose. They don't want to completely disclose. There's some stuff out there, right? Now, what we gonna do in tonight's class is bring out all the information that they don't want you to know about these extraterrestrial, quote unquote, extraterrestrial beings and UFOs. Right? Hey, shalom, Masakanak, Yahabasha Shabrakata.
Hey, shalom, sir. Yeah, about to start back at thumb.
The water five and all, Warrior Most High Christ. All right. And I got one more video. We're going to dive into the scriptures. So this is uh stage. All right.
Aliens exist and President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
All right. So you got people that's in top positions that know about this stuff, right? This man who was once credible, right, as an Israeli former space security, right, chief. He was a chief of the space security. So there is some credibility to the words that he say. Now, of course, they're gonna dismiss it. You know, they don't want people to go in hysteria and panic and all type of stuff, right? But this man, he's researched and viewed and experienced certain things that most people won't. All right. Somebody want to say something?
Plaza.
Okay. All right. Feel free to do so. If anybody want to say something, y'all go right ahead. All right.
Come.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say this.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm like a big skeptic on a lot of things,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you ever like. I'm not saying that any of this is real or not. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know, but what I do know is, have you ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
Yeah, I heard of that. I heard of the
Come
Project Bluebeam.
with sir. So I kind of like look at that and I'm like, all right, maybe, you know what I'm saying? That's like one of my thought patterns. Like maybe it could be Project Bluebeam, or maybe this is real. So I just
Nah, no sweat, no sweat. For anybody that's listening who's not familiar, Project Bluebeam is a quote unquote conspiracy that the government is planning an alien invasion. Right? The thing is, they're gonna use their vehicles and their technology to give off the illusion that these are foreigners from another planet that's coming to Earth to take over, so they can have more global dominance. Right? That's the whole overall summary of Project Bluebeam. Right? They're gonna make it seem as if it's the return of Christ and all that stuff, and we have to fight back. And right, this is something that they have set up. Now that's just conspiracy, right? There could be possible truth to that as well too, right? Like I said in the beginning of the class, take everything that I'm bringing out with a grain of salt. Now, the thing is, this is information that they're bringing out in present time, but most of this have been recorded throughout history. That's what makes it separate from anything else, right? It's not as if alien contact is a new phenomenon, right? Alien contact has been existing for thousands of years, right? And we're going to go into the scriptures to prove that, right? The things that they're coming out with in the videos and these UFO files and Pentagon debriefings and all of these articles that they're coming out with, the Bible have its own records of unidentified flying objects. That's the thing, right? You dig what I'm saying? So this is something that humanity recorded, right? And I'm saying humanity lightly because as humans, Israelites, we witness these things and we explain them to the best of our ability. Now, these are people who research these type of stuff. Now, knowing that is true, right? Because it's back through the Bible, knowing that is true, of course they'll come up with a reason to fake something to get people off of believing in the Bible. You get what I'm saying? Like that's just how the devil works. Like he'll fake it because they know it's true. You get what I'm saying? So this is people that studied in it, has some credibility on what they see. All right, continue to play. And anything else y'all want to say, feel free to do so. Feel free, feel free. All right.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news.
Right. So this is something that he worked in space security for over 30 years. Right. So this is a good amount of research that he developed from what he witnessed while working there. Right. And he's saying how the US government is aware of beings that exist outside of this planet. Right now, if they classify them as aliens, right? And as I mentioned, human life, other cultures, other civilizations from the past have also seen and experienced things that they can explain on this earth. Instead of them classifying them as aliens, in the Bible, there are mentioned as angels and chariots, right? The first one I want to grab, let's get Zechariah 5, verse 1. Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1.
Salakia, sir.
Nah, you got a word.
The book is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
A flying what?
A flying roll.
Right. This is Zechariah describing what he sees at a time when there was no planes. This was during a time that there was no jets, no helicopters, no drones, or any flying object at that. Right. For the most part, birds was the only thing that flew at that time. So he's seeing something in the sky, and he mentioned it resembled a roll, right? Meaning the shape of this object. Right? Read that again.
Con. Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
A flying roll. The shape of this object was the shape of a cylinder, right? A long cylinder. And the best way he can describe it was a flying roll. Right? Read on.
Con. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll.
Right. So the angel asked him, "What do you see? What are you looking at?" Right. And he said, "A flying roll." Right. Read on.
Okay. The length thereof is 20 cubits.
Right. He's given the size of it. Somebody give me what 20 cubits is real quick. 20 cubits.
20 cubits in feet is 30 feet.
30 feet. All right. This is how large this vehicle is. Most fighter jets are about a 36 feet wingspan, right? From wing to wing. It's about 36 feet, right? So this is something that's similar in size, right? Think about how large a fighter jet is, right? This is something that Zechariah is seeing flying in the air. 30-foot long vehicle flying in the air, right? Read on.
Con. And the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
The breadth thereof. What is 10 cubits?
It's 15 feet.
15 feet. So we got the length and we got the height of this vehicle, right? This is how large it is, right? Read on.
Con. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right. This is what the vehicle is used for, right? When the Lord wants to send out his judgment, they will travel on these vehicles, right? And the Bible is describing it as a curse because as a punishment from God. So let's say the Lord wants something done and he sends an angel, most likely they will travel in these vehicles here, right? Like the scientists described. And he's not saying, he said they're not just simply objects, but they vehicles on how they move and how they fly in the sky and in space, right? So for the Lord's judgment, these vehicles are used. And they know this, right? This is why they have stuff that not only in Project Bluebeam, but also in Hollywood, right? To make you think of it something other than what it really is, right? I want to show y'all this clip real quick, right? Any more in that verse, Trooper Kawatan? I mean, Officer Kamar?
Con it is, sir. If you want to get got
If you could just finish out the verse, you got to work.
Con. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as
Mm-hmm.
on this Salakia, as on this side, according to it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side, according to it.
Right. So this chariot is being sent to bring judgment on the earth from everybody that stealeth, everybody that what?
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it. And everyone that sweareth
Mm-hmm.
shall be cut off, as on that side, according to it.
Now think about it, right? The Bible says the Lord is the Lord of hosts, right? The Lord of hosts means what?
Salakia,
Go ahead.
army.
An army. Now in every army, right, you need something that can control the airspace, right? You have a ground base, you have sea, and you also have air, right? The sky. Now, recent times, they just created a space force so they can fight in space. But you don't think God has a military that can fight in space as well too? If he's the Lord of hosts, you get what I'm saying? So he's bringing these vehicles to bring his judgment, to fight here, right here on Earth, from space, from the sky, to bring judgment. Now, from everybody that lie and swear, this judgment is coming for you. Everybody that steals, this judgment is coming for you. Now, who do you think that's describing? Who do you think that needs to be judged? Why do you think they're trying to distract you with things like Project Bluebeam and Hollywood movies? Why do you think they make it seem as if it's an alien invasion and not a judgment from God? What do you think? Right? Because they know that this judgment is coming for them. They know about these prophecies. They know what's written of in this Bible. Right? And this was prophesied thousands of years ago. Go ahead.
I think the reason why they keep up the charade is because they want to keep the kingdom as long as they can. Because if they tell the truth, that requires repenting and putting the children of the true children of God in control. So they just want to go into what they call scorched earth. If they can't have it, nobody can. Salakia.
That's perfectly put. Perfectly put, Ward. Right. You know what I mean? And that's how diabolical the rulers of this earth is. Right? They will make it to where, because their judgment is coming for them, they're going to try to bring as much people down with them as possible. Right? They're trying to pull as much people down with them because they know they're going down. Now, the people who's joining these forces, who's joining these military branch, they thinking that they're fighting against something extraterrestrial. Not understanding that they're in combat with God. Right? Let me play you this video, right? Like how also Kamar read in the verse. It's coming to bring judgment. I just wanted to give you a visual taste of what that judgment will look like. Now, of course, none of this is 100% absolute, right? But this is just a visualization of what a chariot bringing judgment might look like.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
And what you just described, like, just goes to show you how much of a devil, aka a deceiver, our oppressor is. Like, just like what you had said, like they got everybody thinking like these is, that these are some kind of what they call it, like some type of fairy tale, like alien or whatever, extra, whatever you want to call them, extraterrestrial. And whole time, they're just getting everybody ready, like you were saying, like everybody who's going to join them or whatever, just getting them ready to go against the Most High, who them themselves know is coming to bring justice on the earth. But just like the devils that they are, they're going to deceive everybody and make them think otherwise, and they bringing them down with them.
Right. Damn right. God.
Like,
Go ahead.
if I may, that white Jesus play a part in this as well. That damn white Jesus play a part in everything, because now imagine you've been thinking Christ is white, the angels is white your whole life, and now you see, so you hear trumpet, you know about the trumpets for Christ returning, you hear it, you damn Jesus Christ is back. And you see niggas in the sky. Nah, that ain't Christ. nah, that ain't Christ. Nah, hold on. We gotta stop these niggas. That ain't Christ.
Right.
That white Jesus play a part in everything. They propaganda, it play a part in everything, because soon as you see black men, black angels coming up out that sky, you're gonna fight them automatically, because that's not what you thought to be. That's not the image that was gave to you. That's aliens. So we gonna go fight them aliens.
Right.
That's heavy. That's heavy. God, you was gonna say something else, Oscar Kumar?
Yeah, Khan, cause yeah, what Officer Noah y'all just said was so heavy. Like he put it perfectly, and it's kind of like I think one of the last things he said was, the whole propaganda thing. Like they've been doing that, with us and with anybody else that they've been at odds with, for centuries. Like these are the savages, and these are the or whichever negative light they want to paint them. And what we doing, we're fighting against the evil whole time. They're the evil.
Right. Damn right. Damn right, man. What your brother's bringing out is on point, man. You know what I'm saying? That is 100% true. Damn right. You know what I mean? Like this is something that they're trying to get you to be passive about and not recognize what's really going on. You know what I mean? So they'll put in movies to make it entertaining when really all of this is judgment that's getting ready to come on this earth. Right. So let me play this clip like as Asa Kumar read in Zechariah. Y'all remember the movie Independence Day?
Go.
All right.
Come.
Famous movie. All right. Look at this.
Time's up.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills.
Oh snap! My bad.
If red touches yellow, it'll kill a fellow.
He's at the White House now. See that? Finish what you had, also Kumar. Verse 4.
Come, verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Into where?
Into the house of the thief.
Where is that talking about? The house of the thief. All right. How was this country founded?
Stolen.
They stole this land. They stole it from God's chosen people. And Zechariah is seeing this flying roll, this flying cylinder object in the sky, bringing judgment on this earth for the crimes that is committed against God's chosen people. Right? Read on.
Come. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name.
Right. Like Austin Nwanyala and Oscar Kumar said, that Caesar Borgia swear falsely by my name. That white Jesus is false. Green aliens in the sky coming to take over the earth is false. Gray scaly skin with black big eyes is false. All of that is false information to distract you. When these are angels and vehicles of the Most High. Right? Read on.
Come. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Right, from top to bottom. The until it becomes gravel, right? This is what they depict in Hollywood, and this is how they depict it in Hollywood, right? What do you think they're basing these movies off of? I know it's science fiction, right? But they got to get it from somewhere because it was recorded thousands of years ago. There's no way possible all these things correlate. Even the videos that we played prior and how the scientists said that these are black-skinned beings coming out of these vehicles. And how President Trump and these top scientists are all aware about extraterrestrial life and life existing outside of this planet. Well, what are they prepared to do? Right? What if they come to invade the Earth? Right? We know that these documents and these videos are being declassified, but what's really going on? Is there possibilities that these extraterrestrials can come and invade Earth? Well, we're reading about that possibility right here in the Bible. And imagine if this is how it looks like. All right. Look at that. Capitol building. The house of the thief. Right. They're trying to escape judgment. Look at that. They try to get off.
If I may,
What?
the plane that you seeing taking off, that's the doomsday plane. They got a plane. Every top country or whatever, superpower, Russia, China, America, they all have a plane that's set for Armageddon. As soon as them nukes come down or alien invasion that they would say come, they got a plane that the president and the top generals get on, and to hell with y'all. Hey, to hell with y'all. Get in that doomsday plane and fly somewhere else. And just like that's why the Lord gonna have us go catch them, because they gonna run.
Right. Facts. Facts. So somebody give me Revelation 6 and 15. Exactly right, Warrior. Trooper Kawathon, can you hear me? Yeah, y'all can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me.
Come.
Okay.
It's a lot.
I'm not. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say something about how the movie that you played made me think about something. How it's like in the perspective of anybody that's living outside of the truth, who thinks that God is all about love. That right there is a threat to them because they don't know what the prophecies say in the Bible. They will look at that as if it's not God because they don't know the Bible. I just wanted to say that. Salaki.
Nah, you 100% right. Didn't not Ronald Reagan say that in the speech that we played earlier?
Okay.
Right? About the alien threat. And just like you mentioned, because they're trying to get you away from these prophecies, they will classify it as an alien invasion. Now, this is nothing crazy that we're speaking about. Any biblical scholar should understand this. This is why there's been multiple people putting Ezekiel chapter 1 or the image that they think is depicting on their website or on their social media. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right? Because this is information that our ancestors recorded thousands of years ago. Alien life and contact with mankind has already been made. They already know what's going on this earth. They've been watching us this whole time. and they're just waiting for the perfect time to bring judgment. And what America's job is to do is to make you not aware, to make you asleep of what's getting ready to happen. Right? Somebody give me Revelations 6:15, Baba Kashad.
It's a lot, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I got that. The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men,
Mm-hmm.
and the rich men,
Mm-hmm.
and the chief captains,
Mm-hmm.
and the mighty men.
Right. Like those people that was on that presidential plane in that movie. The rich people. Right. The average person don't have that accessibility to escape doomsday, right? If there was a great catastrophic event to happen on this earth or a global catastrophe, right? They just have to just sit here and deal with it. But the rich and the elites, they're preparing for something. Right? If not too long, I seen a video where they have bunkers in mountains. Here in the US, they have bunkers. Right? They're like 6 story below ground. To where if there's ever was a catastrophic event on this earth, millionaires are able to pay and live in these underground bunkers. Well, John had a vision of that thousands of years ago. You gonna say something to one, y'all?
Con, sir, for
Go
me.
ahead.
Like,
Mhm.
and I think people really underestimate the job that we have, sir. Like, we work for God. Like, God already know what you finna do before you do it. It's already written in Jeremiah 16 that we finna go grab you up out them caves, out them bunkers. Already written thousands of years before you even thought of Armageddon and before World War One even started. Before any world war, before the start of America and Russia, it's already written that we finna come grab you up out these bunkers. And like, you gotta really understand, like, we work for God. Like, like we know what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna go on. We know how it's gonna go before it happens. Ain't no escaping it, sir. Like,
Damn right. Damn right, soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like we brought out in a class not too long ago about the fourth dimension. Right? Fourth dimensional beings is not restricted by time. Right? Because through quantum physics, time is a measurement in space and time. So they're able to see the future. They're able to be in the present and know what happened in the past as well too, because they're not restricted by time. And all these angels and the vehicles that they pilot, right? They all exist in that realm, in that dimension. And those that was chosen by God was given the visions to write them down so we can read about it today. Right? You can read on Oscar Kumar.
Con. And every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens.
They did what?
Hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
They gonna say what?
And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
There you go. All right. All right, let me share this with y'all. Right, this is what they saying because they know that that judgment is coming from God. Let me share that with y'all. Let me show this real quick, just so y'all can see. And I'm not just saying this, right? Y'all see this? Right, the Canyon Mountain complex is a heavily fortified U.S. Space Force installation near Colorado Springs, Colorado. designed as a nuclear-proof bunker to withstand megaton level blasts and electromagnetic pulse. Right? Operational since 1967. Right? 2 years prior before the establishment of the school. Right? This is what they did. They created underground bunkers in the mountain. And where did the Bible said that the rich people are going to hide in? Read that part one more time.
Okay. That whole verse from the top.
Just yeah, if it's in the whole verse, or just get to that part. You can just get to that part.
Con. He hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
In the where?
Of the mountains.
Of the mountains. This is the images right here. It's the images. Right? Hiding from doomsday. Hiding from judgment. From the flying roll. Right? Read on.
Okay. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb.
And the wrath of the Lamb. Right? Let me get Ezekiel now. Let's get the more world famous one, the most popular one. Ezekiel chapter 1. And let me get verse 16. Ezekiel chapter 1, whoever got it, read.
Con. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 16. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl.
Right. So these are the vehicles that scientist was talking about. These same vehicles that he witnessed are written in the Bible. Right? The Bible is describing it as a wheel, the color of beryl. Beryl is green, right? Read on.
Con. And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
Was as a wheel within a wheel. So he's describing what he's seen the best way possible. Right? This is what today, what they're called, what became popular around the 1950s as flying saucers. Right? You have a wheel, a circle, a round object, and there's something round in the middle of it. That's in the sky. Right? Read on.
Con. When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went.
Right. So these are flying discs, right? In a circular shape, right? And they move along with the creatures, the angels. Right, a little bit above this, it describes those angels as brown skin. Can we get that real quick? I think it's in verse 13 or something, where they as brass. Just real quick. Is it 13 or 14 around there? A little bit above what we're reading right now.
I believe it's verse 5.
Verse 5?
I believe so. Could be.
If you could just read that real quick.
Con, verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures.
The likeness of four living creatures. Read on.
And this was their appearance.
Mm-hmm.
They had the likeness of a man.
The likeness of a man, right? Arms, legs. Read on.
Con. And everyone had four faces.
They had four faces. Read on.
and every one had 4 wings.
Right. These are the creatures that God has created. Right. Read on.
Con. And their feet were straight feet,
Mm-hmm.
and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Like a calf, like cloven footed. That's how their foot was. Read on.
Con. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
No, of green.
Of burnished brass.
Gray with big black eyes.
Of burnished brass.
Burnish brass. All right, you burn brass, what color is gonna turn?
Black.
Anybody? It's gonna turn what?
Black.
It's gonna turn black. That's what color is gonna turn. If you burn brass, it'll become black. Just like this man said here. All right. Just a quick sidebar. We're gonna go back to the chariots. This is how you describe it.
You like it, sir?
Go ahead.
I just sent you something by text message. It kind of gives you an idea of what you're talking about with the wheel and inside the wheel. I don't know if you can play it, but it's like it describes it perfectly because these devils be hiding stuff in plain sight.
God.
So I don't know. So like I just sent it to you. I don't know if you could play it or not, but just to give the people a vision. So.
God, not the water priest is not letting me click on the link. Let me see if I can type it up real quick. Let me see if I can just type up what you said. So it's the intro, right? Let's see.
Come on, sir.
Is it in all the intros? Like how it plays?
Come on. It's in the whole intro. It got some other parts in there, but it's short like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Like 2 to 3 times in there.
Yeah, it's not letting me click on it, but let me play it. Let me play it. Let me just play this video real quick, right? If you can read, not the water wheel. I'm gonna definitely get to that wheel for real, so people can see that the Bible been describing these objects for thousands of years ago, right? If you could read that one more time, Officer Kamar, what the color it says they are.
Con. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Burnished brass. That was the color of them, right?
And they have a picture there of I think it's the Apollo flight that the Buzz and Neil were on. But anyway, there is one image there that shows black people getting off.
Shows what? Hold on.
That shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Black.
Black.
Read that one more time, Officer Kamar.
Tall.
Yes.
Con. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
Of burnished brass.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
There you go. Right? This is a NASA scientist of what he witnessed. Right? And it correlates with the Bible. Right? These objects, these vehicles are being controlled by black beings, by the angels of God, which are black.
If I may.
Go ahead, so
Man, them angels super black. Hey, she said dark skinned being. He said, nah, they black. they black. It's a lie. They ain't regular. They ain't regular. They ain't regular. Black dark skinned people that we got in America. Them niggas is black.
Black, as if they've been burned in the furnace. You know what I'm saying? God, you know what I mean. So this is what it's all about. So jump me back to the verse 16 or 17 you left off, and let me see if I can play this video. Whoever was reading, was that you, Oscar Kumar? Who was reading verse 16?
Hey, Comic-Con, sir.
God, you can jump back to that.
Comic-Con. Sly, you want to start from the top of 16?
Yeah, you can start at the top.
Comic-Con. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
A wheel in the middle of a wheel, right? Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Let me share this. The water house cannot.
They ain't about to say.
I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with this show, right? It's popular. Most people have heard of it, watched it, right? There's a little part in the intro of it that can give you a good visual of what Ezekiel is seeing. Right? You see this? Right? Yeah, y'all see that?
Okay.
Right. This is an object that's a wheel within a wheel. That's the best way he was able to describe it. Right? A wheel within a wheel. Right? Read on.
Comic-Con. When they went upon their four sides.
Mm-hmm.
And they turned not when they went.
Mm-hmm.
As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
And their rings were full of eyes.
And their rings were full of eyes. Right? Round about it. Right? Now, how most will depict this as just literal eyes all around this vehicle, right? But I would like to think because they didn't have light at those time or powered light, that this is talking about lights around this object. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like little strobes lights around this object. Go ahead.
That's the only thing that made sense, because like you said, they ain't had no light, and he's describing it the best he can. A roll inside of a roll, little eyes around it. That's the only thing that made sense to me, sir.
Most High in Christ. God. It would make sense to me too as well. You know what I'm saying? Damn right. You know, this is what he was seeing. Describing it the best way he could, right? Read on.
It's like
Kind, you got it.
and their rings were full of eyes round about them four.
Mm-hmm.
And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them.
Right. So these vehicles are not bound by the laws of physics that we're bound with on Earth. Right? These are angelic vehicles. So as the angels are moving, guess what? The vehicles are moving as well too. Right? In some cases, in these UFO footage, they'll show that these objects will materialize and dematerialize, meaning they can appear and reappear and disappear. right? They move at top speeds that man can't even calculate, right? And they're able to move in any pattern of direction, straight, down, left, right, right? They don't have to curve and turn like a plane does. They can turn at a drop of a dime, go up at a drop of a dime, right? That should let you know that man don't have the technology to mimic this. So they can try their best, whatever, projects that they have and put in place, and government programs that they have put in place. They can try their best, but they cannot be accurate with what the Lord has put in place, because these vehicles are angelic. They're tied in with the angels, right? Read on.
Come, come. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up.
Mm-hmm.
Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Right.
wheels,
Now read on.
come, come. And the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
Right. The spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. All of that nonsense of they have UFOs that's been shot down, hidden in Area 51. I mean, like I said, you can believe whatever you want to believe. As for me, I would like to think that's impossible to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, these are vehicles that's not made by material of the hands of man. These are made from godly material. They're able to withstand top speed, move at any direction, exist in space and in earth.
So lucky.
Go ahead.
They're able to go through different dimensions, different realms.
Ooh, I'm glad you said that. God. You know what I'm saying? They're able to go through different dimensions.
And the white man, he's working on that technology. What they call it? Uh, worm pool or
CERN.
something? Oh, something. Yeah, come,
Oh,
come.
my bad. I didn't cut
Nah,
you off.
nah. Go ahead, sir. That's the name right, that you said.
God, CERN. God.
Yeah, they working on that technology, try to learn how to go through different dimensions and cut the time because it's gonna take billions of years to get to this place and this place. When the damn angels, man, they travel through galaxies,
Mm,
however fast they want. They
right.
just appear because this is not this is out of your league. Salak.
Mm, God, damn right, man. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Just to read a little bit about CERN. CERN is the European Organization for Nuclear Research, known as CERN. It is an intergovernmental organization that operates the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. Right, so they doing all type of studies, right? All type of studies with CERN. Like, they're trying to reach other dimensions. They're trying to get to the God particle, get to the finest down neuron and quantum physics. All of these things they're trying to study in because they're trying to be God themselves. You know what I'm saying? But it can't happen, right? You got you can read on Officer Kumar.
Come, come.
And jump me down to verse 22 for time's sake.
Come, come.
Oh, that's where you was at anyways, my bad. You go ahead.
Come, come. And the lightness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal.
Right. The firmament, meaning the ceiling, right? The word firmament means firm, right? So the ceiling above you, that's what it's talking about. So the ceiling that's on these vehicles is like a terrible crystal, or what people would describe as a glass dome. How is people coming up with stuff like this? You think your Hollywood directors are that witty and coming up with ideas like this? on their own. Right? This was talked about thousands of years ago. And Ezekiel was seeing it and describing it the best way he can possible. Right? He's seen a wheel within the wheel with lights all around it. With the terrible crystal, glass dome on above it. Right? Read on.
Come, stretch forth over their heads above.
Right. So you drop that. Let me get Isaiah 66 and 15. Hold on.
You
Yeah,
said
let me get
Isaiah 66 and 15.
yeah, Isaiah 66 and 15.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
He will do what?
Come with fire.
He will come with fire. Read on.
And his chariots like a whirlwind.
And his what?
His chariots like a
Uh-huh.
whirlwind.
Like a whirlwind, right? In ancient times, the vehicles that people used to travel was what?
Chariots.
Was chariots. Right? Well, guess what? The Lord has vehicles that he used for travel as well too. Now, the Bible is going to describe it, right? Is going to label it in a way that they can relate to in their modern time. But in today's present times, they call them UFOs or UAPs. Right? And these are the vehicles that the Lord uses to bring judgment on his earth.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
If I may, that's heavy, sir, because you said chariots is what they use in ancient times. And that's, horses and, stuff like that. Horses with the little carriage on the back or whatever. Chariot, use that, go to battle, whatever. But they say this chariot is like a whirlwind. It's like, it ain't no chariot with a horse. It's like a tornado. That's this
Right.
chariot.
Facts. I'm glad you brought that up. That's spot on. You know what I'm saying? Like a whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? Which exists where? Tornadoes start from where?
Yeah.
In the sky. Like spinning in the sky, like they depict in Hollywood movies, right? A flying saucer is often depicted what? Spinning in the sky. Right? This is it. This is what they see. Right? Read on.
To render his anger with fury,
Mm-hmm.
and his rebukes with flames of fire.
With what?
And his rebukes with flames of fire.
And his rebukes with flames of fire. Right? Flames of fire. See them running? That's what the Lord just described.
Oh my God. Come on, little baby. We gotta go. Come on.
All right. Read on.
Come. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right. The slain of the Lord shall be many. Right. By his chariots, by his flying rolls, or the wheels within the wheels. Right. Let's drop that. All right. Let me get Let me get Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 19. Nehemiah 9 and 19. Now,
So like it, sir.
go ahead.
Did you pull second Ezra?
Oh nah, not yet. You want to pull that?
Nah, you go ahead, sir.
Nah, go ahead and pull it. Second Ezra's. Go ahead.
I'll wait for you, sir. It's a liar.
No, I mean whatever you know. Yeah, please, by all means, you know what I'm saying. Feel free to do
What's
so.
second Ezra 13 you got? Or
Second Ezra's,
13? Can anybody you want me to pull it right now, sir?
13 and 40. Yeah, Con, you can grab it.
I got 31.
Got
I got
31.
13. Yeah, come on.
13 and 31.
Come
All
on,
right,
come on.
you got it. You got it, word.
Can somebody read me second Ezra 13 and you start at 29?
Con.
This right here gonna prove the video that you brought out with Ronald Reagan, sir. You could.
Con. The book of Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Right, he gonna come to the astonishment of them. Read on.
Con. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
And one what?
And one realm against another.
This World War III. This the galactic wars. you got you got people, one city, you got war all over the earth. And then another realm is coming to fight in this fight. Read the next verse, Baba Kushah.
Con. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs come.
So like, nah, keep going.
And the signs shall happen which I showed thee before.
Right. So now he's saying once these things come to pass, one city, one realm, all that, sir. Drop down the verse, drop down to the next verse real quick.
Con. And when all the people hear his voice.
Hear who voice?
It's like you, the voice of the Lord.
The voice of the Lord. It said Christ gonna return with what? A trumpet. Everybody gonna hear that. The whole earth is gonna hear that. So when the whole earth hear this, read on.
Con. Every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another.
They gonna leave that back. Hey, hold on, bro. We got bigger fish to fry. Hey, hold on. Y'all heard that? Hold on. What's going on? Why the sky black? The hell going on up there? They gonna nah. This ain't Jesus Christ. Nah. These black folks coming up out the sky. Read on.
Con. And an innumerable multitude.
And a what?
Innumerable multitude shall be gathered together.
Shall be gathered together for what? Read on.
As thou sawest them.
As thou sawest them doing what? They was fighting against each other. But now they are gathered together. Read on.
Willing to come.
Willing. They doing this by their own will. They doing this because they want to do this. Read on.
And to overcome him by fighting.
And to overcome Christ and the angels by fighting. They gonna like, hold on, bro. Nah, we ain't enemies no more. Hey, Russia, China. Hey, hold on. Put this to the side real quick. Let's go fight them niggas. that's just what's gonna be. Like saying Ronald Reagan knew that, and that's why he said that at that UN meeting, because they understand this, something that we don't understand. That it's better for us to come together. Blacks and Hispanics, it's better for us to come together. White people, they gonna always come together. All they need is a nigga to make them come together. That's all they need. And niggas coming from the skies, niggas coming from niggas on the earth. That's all they need. Once they see niggas, nah, we together now. Ain't no difference between the Germans and the Russians now. Once there's niggas in the equation, it's like it.
Damn right. Damn right. Here's the proof. Here's the proof what you was talking about, also Nwanyala.
With antagonisms of the moment.
Just to play it
We
back.
often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
How quickly, like the scripture just said, they gonna be fighting then. Them niggas gonna come. They gonna hear that voice. Hold on. Now we willing to come together. Now, ain't no fight no more. Quickly, slug it. That's all I have.
Damn right. Damn right, man. Damn right. Bible were recording this before it even happened. I'm saying these prophecies are coming to pass. Even the fact that these documents and files are being declassified lets you know that Christ is getting ready to make his return, right? That these
If I may.
prophecies are real. Go ahead, soldier.
Can I get this last verse 38, sir?
Con, get down, word, get down.
Last verse, come on.
Con, second Ezra 13 and 38. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the
And
law.
he gonna destroy them without labor. It ain't gonna be much. Y'all doing all this coming together, y'all gonna be destroyed without labor. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing to crushing the angels without labor. That's all I wanted. So it's like
Damn right, soldier. Damn right. Let me grab Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 19. Nehemiah 9 and 19. Right? So that was a heavy point brought out, showing that this space force is put together to fight against Christ and the angels. Right? Now, oftentimes, not only is these vehicles are mentioned as flying rolls or wheels within the wheels, sometimes in the Bible they could be mentioned as clouds as well too, right? Clouds exist where? In the sky, right? So there's objects that exist in the midst of these clouds that's traveling through the skies, right? That the Bible describes and records as well too. All right, so let me get Nehemiah chapter 9 and 19.
Con. The book of Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 19. Yet thou in thy manifold mercies forsookest them not in the wilderness. The pillar of the cloud departed not from them by day.
Right. Pillar. A pillar is in the shape of a what? Shape of a cylinder, right? Right or wrong? Give me right on that.
Con, sir.
No? Nobody familiar what a pillar is?
Con.
Right. Right. It's the shape of a cylinder. Right. And when Zechariah was seeing this, what did he call it? The cylinder object.
you said Zechariah seen it? A roll.
A roll. Right? That's what he called it. A flying roll. Well, in the wilderness, this is what we had to guide us. in the sky, a pillar, a flying roll in the midst of the clouds that led us in the wilderness. Right? Read on.
Con. The pillar of the cloud departed not, Salakia departed not from them by day to lead them in the way, neither the pillar of fire by night to show them light and the way wherein they should go.
Right. And this same pillar will light up at night. It will light up at night to give them light. Right? And by the day it was a cloud, and by night it was fire. That's how you have it, right? Bible's describing what we will call UFOs or chariots. All the way back in the time of Moses, they made contact. Right? Let me get Matthew 17 and 5 real quick. Matthew 17.
You said Acts?
Matthew 17. We're gonna get Acts after this one. Acts is gonna be the last one.
Matthew 17 and 5?
Yeah, Bible.
Come. Matthew 17 and 5. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them.
A cloud overshadowed them. This is talking about the transfiguration of Christ. Right? Why Christ transfigured, transferred himself into a different glorified body. Y'all recall that account in the Gospels?
Come.
Right? Me and Austin Owen Yala just did a class not too long ago. Like before he was Christ, he was Melchizedek, glorified. Or he presented himself to the disciples as his glorified self. And while he did that, a chariot, a cloud came by. Read on.
And behold, a voice out of the cloud.
A voice what?
Out of the cloud.
Do clouds speak?
Uh-uh.
All right. This is the same pillar of cloud that was in the wilderness, as described in the time of Moses. All right. The cloud spoke, right? This voice came out of the cloud because there was a vehicle in the midst of the cloud. And this vehicle is what we identify today as UFOs. Read on.
Which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him.
Right. Hear ye him. Right. This is my beloved Son. That's what they heard from this cloud, from this vehicle. Right. Read on.
And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face and were sore afraid.
Right. They seeing something that, most people don't see. And they was afraid of it. Right. Let me get Acts chapter 1 and verse 10.
And if I may, sir, I could just imagine, like, you in the time ain't nothing moving in the sky but the clouds. Ain't nothing, and you hear a damn voice from the cloud. That's crazy, sir. You hear a voice from the cloud. Yeah, sir. You see, Yahweh send angel like, damn, the hell you looking at? Damn, you looking at? Why you looking like that? You know why I'm looking like that, sir? I ain't never seen that like that.
Right. God. So them brothers fell on their face. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't never seen nothing like that, man. You know what I mean? Never seen nothing. Let alone Christ changing himself in front of them. You know what I mean? I want to show y'all this real quick. This quick clip. All right. They say life imitate art, don't they?
Come.
or art imitate life, vice versa.
Okay.
Let me show y'all this real quick. All right, this is just a movie scene, right? But I just want to give y'all a visual of what it might look like, right?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say there was something I had wanted to say, but I got to be excused here in a minute.
Yeah, get down, Warrior. You want to say something?
Con. So I did a little bit of research as
Go
was
ahead.
requested.
Both side Christ, the water Warrior.
I don't know how this pertains to anything, but so if you ever have you ever heard of it's called the Stargate Project?
Okay. Explain to
Okay,
the people. Go ahead, get down.
so the Stargate Project was just like essentially what Trump released with all the files of the UFOs and all of that stuff. And what they was doing in the Stargate Project was something called remote viewing. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that, or I don't know how accurate it is, but what it is like someone can see somebody that's at a long distance, or something that's unveiled, that is veiled. They can't, that's like covered up.
Right.
So they like, in other words, they pretty much like psychics. So the
Right.
CIA was studying psychics who could see things that are not directly in front of them. And before this, the project was actually called Sunstreak. And in 1988, they had a guy remote view the Ark of the Covenant. There was a project of, you can look this up. There was a project of a dude remote viewing the Ark of the Covenant, and he said that there were entities guarding this Ark of the Covenant, and they were waiting for a people to be brought together. Something about ceremony, memory, homage, resurrection, the aspect of spirituality, and lessons on historical knowledge far beyond what we know now. And it can't be opened until the time of the end.
Ooh.
And that Salaki.
What this project called again?
This is called the Sunstreak Project. You can look this up. And he said that the Ark of the Covenant could not be opened until the time of the end. And if anybody tried to open it, they will be destroyed, but with a power that is beyond what we know now, that is not of this world.
Damn.
So when I heard this, and now this is not ain't no theory. This is something they studied in the CIA. This is what they've been studying. So when I heard of this blew my mind. And he said these entities that was guarding it had dark hair and dark eyes. I don't know what that means, but Salaki.
If I may, sir, real quick.
Yeah, get down.
All this do for me is really shows that the power we work for is something out of this world, something out of one realm against another. We work for a power that's in a different realm. Like we gotta really take this job seriously.
Right.
All the brothers and sisters in this school, like we work for something that is supernatural. We become supernatural. Everything this Bible, you would look at it like it's fairy tale book, or we just gonna do the work, lazy. We work for a power that could give us the whole earth. We gotta take this job more seriously. It's like,
nah, damn right, man. Damn right, man. And that was heavy what you brought out, Trooper Tazarat. Did you have any more on that as well too?
Just a little bit. I wanted to add something else. This is the CIA, the same people, along with the FBI, who created COINTELPRO. And what they was doing was using these remote viewers to do drug bust. And they said 50% of the time they would always catch who they was looking for. I just wanted to say, man, these people know who we are.
God.
Salaki, that's all I want to say, sir.
Nah, the water for bringing that out for you, for that excellent research. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, take all of this with a grain of salt, but it's not as if these operations are not put in place. You know, these things actually exist. And they also correlate with written of thousands of years ago. Because it's written in Second Maccabees that Jeremiah hid the Ark of the Covenant. And the Ark of the Covenant will not be discovered until the end, until the people gather together. Now, what is a scientist who researches things outside of the Bible is doing with the same identical or similar uh, background of what Jeremiah did, right? Or same understanding of what Jeremiah said, right? He's studying things outside of the Bible. He's not diving into the Bible to find out what the Ark of the Covenant is. It's through his science and his research, right? And they're able to know that it correlates. We're able to know that it correlates with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The Ark of the Covenant has never been discovered. And the Lord made sure of that. Now, predicting it, hey, right? There's two more verses I'm gonna have to grab just because of what you brought out. As a wrap, I know you got a slide, but I'm gonna try to wrap up this class as fast as possible. So if y'all can bear with me for the next 15 minutes, y'all cool with that?
Come.
All right. I just want to get this quick verse based off what this brother read.
So look,
Go ahead.
while you looking for the verse, I just want to say something real quick.
Go ahead. No, you got to worry. Go ahead. Get down.
So I was looking at this article, and it was talking about the Iraq invasion,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that it's a archaeologist that found the tomb of Gilgamesh,
Mm-hmm.
and they said right around the time he found the tomb of Gilgamesh, 2 months later, the USA invaded Iraq. They say Hillary Clinton had been looking and studying and doing all these studies for a couple years to trying to find it. And when this archaeologist found it, he went missing, and United States invaded Iraq, and they took over the whole the whole site and built a army campsite over the so-called tomb of Gilgamesh.
Look at that. Right? You see that? Like they know that this Bible is real, and they will do anything in their power to make sure you don't know the truth. Right? And then somebody give me Second Kings chapter 6 verse 15. 2 Kings 6 and 15.
Come, I got you.
If y'all can just bear with me, I'm gonna try to breeze through this as fast as possible.
2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots.
Mm-hmm. There was a battle, right? We was at war, right? Read on.
And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
So in this battle, we see in the enemy horses and chariots, and they are outnumbering us. So the men that's with Elisha is like, damn, we're gonna lose this battle. And he had to reassure them that those that's with us is more than them that's with the enemy. Now, how could that be so? When physically the ones that was around them was a lot less. Read on.
And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes.
Do
that
what?
he may see. Open his eyes.
Read on.
That he may see.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
There you have it, right?
Nah, man. Like, if I may,
right?
I got a preset too.
Listen, we gonna make this a 3-hour class. Now we gonna get that. Let's if y'all don't mind, He gonna grab this verse, and I'm gonna grab one more, then we're gonna wrap it up. If y'all don't mind, we're gonna just go a little bit over the time.
Come.
I know you got a slide, Taza Rock. If you got a slide, feel free to excuse yourself. I don't mind. But if those that want to rock on, just keep on rocking with us. But I just want to say briefly before you get that precept in one y'all, right? He was able to open his eyes to see things that was not in his present dimension, right? And how Taza Rock brought out, they're doing these studies with people in the Stargate project that's able to see things, right? To go out and research things, right? And they seen what they witnessed was angels protecting the Ark of the Covenant. Now, with the naked eye, we don't see these beings, right? Because these beings exist in a different dimension, in a different realm, right? And as we was in battle, Elisha prayed to the Most High so that brother can witness that. He can see the beings that was around him, right? These beings exist, right? They're all around us, even in this class that we in right now. There's an angel sitting down with you. You know what I'm saying? Walking around the crib, all of that. You don't see it with the physical eye because they're in a whole nother dimension. We can't see past our dimension. Even our retina, things that we view in front of us, we only see it two-dimensionally. Even as our world is three-dimensional. So imagine what fourth dimension will be. That's something that we can't even fathom. Because we only can see the two-dimensional through our retina, through our eyes. You know what I'm saying? But there is beings that exist all around you. Right? And they go to and fro in this earth. They travel in vehicles. They appear and disappear. Remember when Christ came back and resurrected? It said he came into the room. He appeared in the room with the door shut.
Good night. Hey.
How did he, you know what I'm saying? When he appeared himself to the disciples, he did it with the door shut. He didn't open the door, right? Right? With the body that he had, he was able to do things that humans can't do today. You know what I'm saying? Because these beings exist in a whole nother dimension, a whole nother realm.
So
You
like,
want to say something? Go ahead, Oscar.
yeah, just like you brought out last week about Bell and the Dragon when the angel teleported Habakkuk to the lion's den. Speaking of the same thing that you just said.
God, Most High in Christ, yeah. Right there in Bell and the Dragon. Grab her brother by the hair, boom, brought him to the lion's den. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that's really going on, and your government researches it. Go ahead, Austin. No one, y'all. You got the floor.
If I may, this is a quick preset to show the difference between the fourth dimension and the third dimension, right? So this second Maccabees 10 and 28. Now the sun being newly risen, they joined both together, the one part having together with their virtue, their refuge, also unto the Lord for a pledge of their success and victory. The other side making their rage leader of their battle. So they about to go into battle here, right? But when the battle waxed strong, there appeared unto the enemies from heaven 5 comely men upon horses, with bridles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews. So now in heaven, there's 5 angels, but 2 of them is leading the Jews to bring them into army, to war, and took Maccabees betwixt them. So 2 of these angels took Maccabees betwixt them, in the middle of them, and covered him on every side of weapons, and kept him safe, but shot arrows and lightnings against the enemies, so that being confounded with blindness and full of trouble, they were killed. So in the fourth dimension, they got Maccabees in the middle of them, these 2 angels in the middle of them, with God covering them with gold and armor and weapons on every side, and the other 3 shooting arrows and lightnings at the enemies, and in 3 dimension, they confused with blindness and confounded with and full of trouble. And that's how they were killed. So I'm just showing the difference between the fourth dimension and third dimension, sir.
Damn right, man. That was heavy. That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's similar to what we read. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that happens. Right? And it's throughout the Bible. It's all throughout the Bible. Right? Let me just get this real quick. Let's get back to what was that? Acts 1. Acts 1 and 10, right? All right. Acts 10 and 1. Anybody got that?
Salaria, sir. You said.
Oh, 1 and 10. My bad. Acts 1 and 10.
All right, copy.
Let me just show y'all this real quick. All right. This is a caller, right? This caller back in 1997 called a radio show. The topic of the radio show was about extraterrestrials, right? This person is saying that he used to work for Area 51 and this is what he witnessed. Now, a week after this phone call, they said it was a hoax, right? They got some guy to come up back to the radio show and he reenacted himself in the same manner, right? That he was in when he initially called, right? But the weird, the eerie thing about this whole phone call that the radio station completely got knocked off air, right? Now, FM radio is being programmed through radio towers. So how the hell is a whole radio tower being knocked off air if, this is something that cannot be intentionally done by somebody who has the ability to take somebody off the air, right? So I just want to play it. This is not absolute, but it'll definitely thought-provoking, right? Y'all want to hear it?
Go.
Can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with.
You heard that?
Hey man, this is beautiful, sister. Like I just loved hearing the shakiness in their voice. You damn devil. You wasn't shaking in your voice when you was killing us, man. It's a lie. This is beautiful, sir. It's a lie.
Right? God. Rockata, y'all, where y'all was shot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, take this. Yeah, right. Like I said, take this with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is absolute. But man, it is kind of eerie that the whole radio tower got shut off after the phone call. Right? I'm gonna play some more.
They are not as aliens are. They're
like he said, what we think as aliens are really extra dimensional beings.
They're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with.
Right, an earlier precursor of the space program, right? Like the Stargate program. All right.
They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly.
Right. Talking about the precursor, the program. Right. They're not who they claim to be. They're not aliens. Right. People say the program, right, will put out that they are aliens when really they're extra dimensional beings. And there's a reason why. They infiltrated the whole military. You got people that's trying to make sure that we don't find out the truth.
The Area 51, the disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them. And there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Right, talking about the program, the space program. We want this to happen, right? Because they don't want you to find out the truth that they're in contact with extra dimensional beings, or extra dimensional beings actually exist, right?
Discharge.
Oh my god.
I started getting
Transmission loss. How is that possible? Like
Hey,
that ain't crazy.
hey
that ain't
man.
crazy. I'm
Sir
telling you.
Samaya. This is so beautiful to me, Sir Samaya. Like, damn, I got a perpetual hatred for these dudes. Like this, just
Right.
hearing this, just hearing this is so beautiful to me, and it made me think about the scripture. The strangers of their salvation is gonna come to the astonishment of them. Like, man, it said the righteous gonna stand in great boldness. Stand in great boldness to the face of these oppressors, because man, you done destroyed us for so long. And we've been righteous to you and to God.
Right.
We've been righteous. We've been keeping your laws. You still kill us. We've been doing everything right. You still kill us. And we're going to stand in great boldness in that day. And you're going to be crying. And I ain't going to have no mercy on you. So, like,
Damn right.
I'm going to stop this. Like, I ain't,
Nah,
like,
damn right. Damn right, boy. Damn right. This is what we pray for. You know what I mean? Let me just play a little bit just to
Aliens
refresh our
exist
memory.
and President Trump knows about it.
Right,
That's according
aliens
to Israel's
exist,
former
right?
space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. And
Right. They know they exist. They've been studying this since the 60s. Before these files came out. They've been studying this. And they know they exist. So this is why they try to make sure that you don't find out the truth, right? So let's get back to Acts 1 and 10, and we're gonna close it with that. Acts 1 and 10.
Salah here, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel,
Mm-hmm.
which also said, Ye men of Galilee,
Mm-hmm.
why stand ye gazing up into heaven?
Mm-hmm.
This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall come, Salakia shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Right. Most High got lifted up in the, I said the Most High. Christ got lifted up in a cloud. Right? That cloud is a chariot. Or as we would identify in today's time as a UFO. Right? And the angel has said the same manner that you seen him leave is the same way he's going to return on this earth in a cloud. Right? Let me just show y'all this just to give you a visual, and then we done. All right.
it's going to be beautiful.
Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at this right here.
It's in the cloud. OJ! It's in the cloud! Yeah, no. Run, OJ! Mantis. All right, bitch. You like Sour Patch Kids? Huh?
You see that? You see how it moved?
Oh god.
So beautiful, man.
How it moved through the cloud. You know what I mean?
What this movie called? I think I watched this
Nope.
movie.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Nope.
I watched this. Man, this movie was excellent. Like, ain't
Yeah, it was fine.
it was excellent. Yeah.
God,
I
God.
gotta
So with
rewatch that, Jim.
God, for sure, man. Anything y'all else I want to bring out?
If
Anything?
I may, sir, can you send me that video with the devil trembling? I might make that my ringtone, man. That is beautiful. I ain't like to hear the shakiness in their voice, like this the man that had that had the nations under their foot. Nah, it ain't gonna be him no more. So like we gotta get him up out of here. That's
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah, right, man. I'll send you that for sure.
You're right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and another good one is like the beginning of Independence Day when it first come, that first spaceship come, the big one, and it come in that form of the cloud, like the clouds cover, and you can see it moving on top of the clouds.
Oh
That kind of that kind of like give you an idea of what it was like when we was coming out of Egypt.
Oh, con. Let me see if y'all could. Let me just pull that up. See if I can pull that. I ain't gonna hold y'all on too long. You know what I'm saying? Let me just see if I can find that just to show y'all.
Yeah, when the aliens arrive, when the so-called aliens arrive, moving in that cloud over I think it was San Francisco or so, over the Bay Area or something like that.
Con. I think I found it. Let me see. I think I found it. Damn ass. Hold on. Boom, I got it. All right. Most High Christ. Let me just share this with y'all real quick. The water also cannot.
Oh, yeah.
Where's it at? Where is it at? I just had it. All right. See it?
I'm not stopping, the ball dropping sideways. If I fight, I'm straight. Aren't you coming, David?
No, I gotta see it.
Flying roll.
If I
see,
may,
yo. Go ahead.
what's so ironic about the movie is named the Independence Day. Who's getting independence from the destruction of the White House?
Mm.
Man, they throw everything in the movie. Man. They throw it all in the movies. They hide it in plain sight. Who's getting independence from this? From the destruction of the White House, destruction of America. Who's getting independence of this? From this? Wow.
Damn right. That's a heavy point. Go ahead. Go
Right.
ahead.
And I just want to say, like, you mean to tell me if, just say this for instance, that particular thing right there, mean to tell me that all the children of Israel coming out of Egypt couldn't rest in that big ass shade, in the shade of that big ass UFO? Said we rested in the cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. Like that can cover a whole mass, like a lot of land mass. It covered the whole city.
God. Yeah. I was like the mothership right there.
Come
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it, y'all. Anything else y'all want to bring out?
Man, niggas would be on here all night. So
All right, sure. With that, man, we're gonna close it out. Most High in Christ, the water, everybody that tuned in. Big up to Austin the One Ya'ala, Austin Kanat, Officer Kamar, Trooper Taza Rock, Trooper Kawa Thumb, everybody that tuned in on the chat, on the live, man. The water for everybody. Most High in Christ. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This is the home of the truth. This is the only place where you're gonna find the truth, the information like this nowhere else, man. You know what I'm saying? Here in the ISUPK where you heard it first. All right. So with that, man, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom. Shalom, Israel.